lesbians, and ride out into the desert. That's fine because lesbians don't have sex. It's not sexual at all. Lesbians are just creatures from an ancient past, chupacabras. So there's nothing sexual about that. So there's nothing wrong with the kids getting on the motor because the kids are on the motorcycles and they go out to the desert with the dykes. Fine. Here's another thing, which I don't know if I love. Friend of mine, his 4-year-old, they're doing a Rent-themed birthday. The show Rent. Well, I'm all for Broadway, but the kids are going to each pick a character from Rent. Someone's going to be the heroin addict who does anal, Mimi. Someone's going to be the transgender person, Angel, who has AIDS. Someone's going to be Mark, who has AIDS. Someone's going to be Adam, who has AIDS. Someone's going to be the black guy. I forget his name. He sings Santa Fe, which I love. Let's open up a restaurant in Santa Fe. What a great song. Collins? I forget his name. Don't look it up. The point is, there's a 4-year-old.
Right.
And because the 4-year-old said to the parents, he came to the parents and said, can we do a Rent theme party where everyone pretends to have AIDS? So I don't know how I feel about that, but I don't think it's the worst idea if all the kids can know that they don't have AIDS. Drag queens, for the most part, it's like adult entertainment, We should have adult entertainment in America. And drag queens, I think the fun of drag is that they are acerbic and witty, and they say things that are inappropriate, and usually it's late at night, and they're funny and sexual. In certain instances, not always. Drag inherently isn't sexual. It's kind of buffoonish and clownish, but there are moments of it that are certainly inappropriate for kids. I also think drag queens, they're inappropriate. They're fun. They do lowbrow, racial, ethnic humor. I've always seen that. I think it's great. I don't think that PC drag queens, what a hellish nightmare. Drag queens reading books at library. Who wants to read books to kids at Can you imagine if we had to do that? Like every Sunday, we had to go read books to these illiterate junkies in this country? Let's watch this. This Gavin Newsom's going to be the president now.
Yeah, and he's airing this in Florida.
Gavin Newsom's airing it in the swing state. Him and DeSantis they're going hog wild. By the way, Florida parties for the kids, they're doing, and here, again, you might not like it. My friend lives in Florida. I'm not even kidding. He said, we're doing a party, and it is, the theme of the party is Parkland, but the kids win this time. So the theme of the party is Parkland, but the kids win. So the kids get guns that are not loaded, we hope. And the job of the kids, they run around, and a kid comes in, and they point at him. They go, look at that antisocial communist. And then they get him. Before he gets them, Gavin Newsom, the president.
It's Independence Day.
Oh.
Let's talk about what's going on in America. Freedom, it's under attack in your state.
It is.
Republican leaders, they're banning books, making it harder to vote, restricting speech in classrooms, even criminalizing women and doctors. I urge all of you living in Florida
By the way,
to join the fight.
I'm pro-choice guy, but I just love the idea of criminalizing women. And I'm wondering, can I criminalize women while still being pro-choice? Like, is there a way to criminalize women while letting them have abortions? Because that fascinates me. That hits me right in the political sweet spot, if there ever was one. If there ever was a way to really speak to Tim Dillon, it's remaining kind of libertarian-minded and allowing people to have freedoms, but also finding a way to criminalize women. Just that coupling of words makes me get out the checkbook and donate. I don't know how that's being done. But just women starting as criminals and then having to prove they're not, I like that idea. much like how people are born with original sin. Women being criminals first, and then. So what's he say? Let's finish this up here. Join the fight with Gavin Newsom.
Or join us in California, where we still believe in freedom.
Doesn't
Freedom
look like
of
that.
speech,
By the way,
freedom
go back to that.
Freedom.
Go back to that. Nothing looks like what
right there.
no state. Let me tell you right now. I just returned from the greatest state that God ever gave man, New York, where we have the Hamptons, which is a beautiful community. It's breathtaking. So many different types of white people on pills. You know what I mean? Like so many different types of like this long white stare, like kind of like. You have this, yeah. And you have the surfer, which is a little more like. But a couple of women there on the pills. Get off the bagels, ladies. Because, you know, in the Hamptons, the women have to. And I have a friend there who's managing my home there. She's a fatty bombati. And the women are unkind to her because of that. A fat, rotund, pink, cherubic man in the Hamptons is treated as he should be, like a god who fell from the clouds because he might have a lot of money. But the young mommies do not like big ladies. They don't like it. And I was just there, and it's pretty, and it holds up. New York City holds up. When you go, I've seen it on a bunch of films. This is kind of what it looks like. When you go to California, there's some type of like, wait, what? Wait, huh? There's very few places that hold up. Some up north, Big Sur, that area, fine. Beverly Hills, of course, is Beverly Hills. But the vast majority of California it just does not present as you would think it does. It has done a great hoodwink. California is, it's a dating profile, that's a little misleading for sure. Not a straight up catfish, but like where you go, oh God. Like when you see the person at the table, you know this feeling. You're walking to the coffee table and you see the person from about, let's say, 10 meters away, and your first response is, I hope to God this isn't what it is. And you know down deep that it is. And you have to sit down with them anyway while they eat their coffee. They chew it. I was talking to Ray Kump earlier. Peter Schiff is in trouble now. They're trying to get him for his bank. I don't know why he's running a bank. Why Peter Schiff's running a Puerto Rican bank. But, people do what they do. And we support Schiff. Never support the feds. Never support the feds. Peter Schiff owns a bank with Jake Paul. Who cares? So what? So what? It's nice to have a bank. Why don't you get a bank? They're mad at him because they said his capital requirements. He doesn't have any money in a bank. Stop this. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to even go into it. I don't know enough about it. We want to try to get him on the show. Let's get him on the show. He's
on.
He's in
out
trouble.
Right
they're trying to get him. So let's watch this. By the way, because by the way, can you freeze on the picture of Santa Monica?
Was that right before this?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
freeze on here. Okay. I don't know what year this was taken. Look how far away you are. By the way, this is kind of funny and interesting. Look how far away you are. This is essentially an aerial shot of California. This is where California still can look somewhat desirable from the air. This is so far away from anything. Now I just want you to Google in another tab, Santa Monica homeless, because Santa Monica is one of the scariest places you'll ever go. I was there the other day, and the people just walk around screaming at the sun, like cursing God. I mean, yeah, any photo unimportant. So that's up close. What Santa Monica looks like.
That's the same area in
That's the same area that you're looking at from the aerial shot. Yeah, it's the same one right there. There it is. That's what it looks like up close. Okay? Endless tent cities. Now go to the area. Oh, yeah. Isn't that pretty? That looks pretty. So what, again, it's a trick of Hollywood. They're lying to you. They are making it seem like California is an idyllic paradise when, in fact, it is not. The only thing that is also the rest of the country is also a dump. So unless you can live in like Jackson Hole, Palm Beach, East Hampton, like there's like 10 places in the country that aren't a complete dump. So that's a benefit to California. Let's watch the rest of this ad.
But we still believe in freedom. Freedom of speech.
No, you
freedom
don't.
To
Listen,
choose. Freedom from.
Not only do you not believe in freedom, this state is not free. They take all of your money. You don't get to, the vaccine thing, they went nuts. Lockdowns, they absolutely don't believe in free. It's so, why not just honest political ads? Why not just honest political ads? No, I mean, they like genuinely, where they cut this bullshit about like, well, if we're free and in your state, they don't like free. And it's like, what do you want? What do you want? Like literally, it's a guy like fucking Newsom looking at you and going, what do you care about? And who do you want to see killed? Do you agree with us? You like what we like? You want to kill the people we want to kill? Or the other way around? Because that's all it is. What do you like? Which natural disasters do you like? And who do you disagree with on a level where if they were a victim of a natural disaster, you'd say, good. That's real political ads. It's none of this bullshit about this beautiful mixed race family. By the way, this is freedom from hate and the freedom to love. So you have a mixed race family here. The freedom to hate and the freedom from love. Okay? That family, which I don't know if it's real or not, okay? Each of them has to work 19 hours a day to afford their $19,000 mortgage in this state. So there's not a lot of freedom left after you've worked every hour that you're alive. And there's not a lot of freedom to raise your children unless you can afford, to really have the time to be with them. That's the other issue. They don't want to talk about how unaffordable California is. Keep going.
Hate and the freedom to love. Don't let them take your freedom.
Paid for by Newsom for California Governor 2022.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not, oh God, what is this here?